Okay, crew, so for our landmine kneeling, single arm rotational angled overhead press, you can do this in either a split half kneeling position, or a tall kneeling position. I'll let you know what I want from you in your program notes. Okay, so we're gonna set the barbell in the corner or in a landmine apparatus. I'm gonna start with basically a half kneeling position. So looking for a 90-90 into both legs. We're gonna stack thorax on top of the pelvis, so big breath in. Exhale, just gently pull that rib cage just down slightly to your belt buckle and a posterior pelvic tilt to bring the belt buckle slightly up to your rib cage. So right there, lock it down. Now, I wanna maintain that throughout. Double chin, just slightly here. Shoulders pulled back and down to your back pockets to start, okay? I'm gonna reach with my opposite arm, and then from here, I'm gonna press up. Before I do that, I wanna make sure I note that my elbow is my upper arm is about 15 degrees off of my body, just so I'm not in tight to my body and I'm not too far out here. So, 45-degree angle-ish. Okay, so from here, big breath in. Exhale, I'm gonna rotate, press up as I pull back with my left shoulder, okay? Even though I'm still stacked with my thorax on top of my pelvis, I want that chest up, okay? So again, don't lose it, so you're in that extension position. But I wanna make sure that you are nice and tall, because when you come down, especially on the loaded side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let that shoulder blade wrap around the rib cage, gonna bend at the elbow, bring it down. As we're reaching forward with the left arm, we're rotating to about here, okay? So I'm rotating my torso. I don't wanna go too far back, because then my shoulder will round, and we're trying to stay away from that as much as possible. When my shoulder rounds, you notice that this excessive angle in my wrist and my hand and my forearm, and that's not very comfortable. So you wanna be about there, so your elbow's underneath it, and that keeps the chest high, shoulder back, while maintaining that good thorax on top of the pelvis. Okay, so from here, and we're rotating. Now you're trying to keep your head stationary, not letting your head bounce back and forth as you rotate. Once you get good at that, go ahead and add a crunch, or I'll let you know if you can add a crunch in the program notes. And what I mean by a crunch is, when I'm pressing up on my right arm, this side is expanded, and I'm kind of like pushing my lower right rib cage out to the right, and I'm crunching down just a little bit with my left elbow coming down towards my left hip, okay? Now when I come back down with my right arm, and then breathing in, I'm crunching a little bit with my right side, bringing my right elbow down towards my hip, and I'm expanding on my left side. Again, my head is staying stationary, not bouncing back and forth. That'll probably naturally happen, but don't worry about it in the beginning. Once you get good at it, then kind of bring it in down the road. Guys, that is your landmine kneeling, whether it's tall kneeling in this position or half kneeling as I demonstrated here. Single arm, angled overhead rotational press.